hello. And we're talking about the concept of, that growth, expansion, stepping into things that you want to, really deciding to make a change in your life so that you can actually not just, make more money, not just, lose the weight, not just make these little shifts in your life, but so that you can actually live a life that's fucking fulfilling, that you love, where you can actually make money, where you can enjoy your business, enjoy your life, have relationships that are thriving in a way that actually aligns to you and the person that you are becoming. And growth and expansion is one of the most uncomfortable things that I've personally been through and that I think so many people go through. And I've been having a lot of conversations lately. I just finished running the last round of the Edge, which is my free 8-day immersion, which honestly probably shouldn't even be free because it's so amazing. And I decided to run another one because I think there's just so many people in this season right now that need this work. And really, it is something that I see in a lot of people. Sorry, I'm on a walk. People are around, so have to tone down my excitement a little bit. But, when you're growing into something more, and I see this in a lot of women who are in that kind of midlife phase. Really, my sweet spot is those Zennials, the name of my company, the Zennial Traveler. But really those who are in that middle range of our life, right, where you've spent your whole life at this point, kind of building it up, creating this identity, where you've spent your whole life taking care of your family, your kids, your partner. You've been focusing on building your business, your success, your career, and on paper it looks like what you've built is really amazing and that you should be happier than you are. But you get to this point in this phase in your life where you recognize that you no longer recognize yourself within the paradigm that you've created around yourself. And I think, you might have heard this referred to as like a midlife crisis, but the thing is, it's not a crisis, but I think we've coined it that way because we think that there's something wrong, or, that we need to do something differently, or, we should be more grateful for what it is that we have instead of asking for more. And this is part of, that edge where it's like the unfamiliar sometimes is painful. It's, sorry, I'm like going up a hill. I'm a little out of breath here. It can be painful. It can be highly uncomfortable. And a lot of people actually step back from it. And that's what the edge is really about, because it's that growth edge. It's that expansion. It's that place that you reach where you know that you're meant for something different. You know that your life could look so much better than it does. And not because there's something wrong with it, but just because it no longer fits who you're becoming. But then there's this little voice inside that says, but what if? But I should be happy with what I have. Or what if it doesn't work? What if I take the leap? What if I, decide to, sorry, seeing a little waterfall here. What if I decide to take the leap? What if I decide to change my business model? What if I decide to, stop making my life all about taking care of other people, and I actually ask myself, what is it that I want? What is it that I want to do? What if you stop worrying about what your fucking husband or your partner says when it comes to what you should be doing, and you actually just move forward and do the things that you want, that are that full expression of you and your joy and your mission here on this earth? And that what if is what pulls so many people back from actually creating the things that they truly want in their life, in their work, in their relationships. And it honestly makes me a little bit sad to see that, because so many people could have so much more than what they do. And it's not saying there's anything wrong with you or the life that you've built or the things that you have. But the thing is you are not meant to just get by. You're not meant to live in the confines of a reality that doesn't feel good. You are meant to live your life fully. You don't need to live, and work and stay in misery for another 20 years of your life to actually enjoy it. And the thing is I'm not talking to people who are really truly suffering in life, but like those of you that you've had success, you've built something, and from the outside looking in, people look at you and they're like, man, she's got it together. Man, her life looks good. I want that. But you you don't feel that necessarily. And again, that's why I created the Edge in the first place. And, you know, it leads into, of course, some of the bigger work that I do around really helping you to understand this identity that you've created around yourself and what is needed in order to dismantle it, so that not only do you feel that edge, but you can actually cross over it and actually create that reality that you've been wanting for so long, but that feels scary, because it feels scary sometimes to step into something new, and not scary because you can't handle it, because you've done so many fucking things. You're amazing, right? You're brilliant. You're a high capacity, successful person. But potentially losing what it is that you've already built, the success that you have in those areas of your life, that's the scary part. And let me tell you, being on that edge, it's not comfortable, but stepping over it is what will change everything. 100% will change fucking everything. And that is the work that we do together when you're in my world. That's the work that we're going to be doing in the free immersion coming up with the Edge next week. Oh my God, I'm so out of breath. It's been a while since I walked outside. So anyway, I would love to invite you to join us inside the Edge if you're feeling so called. But either way, you know, just I want you to take from this message and what this means for you. I want you to actually look at the life that you're living. Are you happy? Are you happy in your relationships? Are you happy in your career? Are you happy? Not just because you have money, not just because you have a good person, a good partner, not just because you have great kids that are, you know, thriving in their life, but are you actually happy with the reality that you're living in and that you have created for yourself? And that's what you need to ask yourself. And if the answer is no, and I don't just mean like, are you okay with it, but are you really, truly thriving? Is this what you want for the next 5, 10, 20 years of your life? If you're still in the same place a year from now, are you going to be happy with that? And if the answer is no, then I invite you to join me inside the Edge. We start next week, the 25th. And you just need to be there. So send me a message or comment. Actually, I think the link is here in the comments, so you can just grab it. If you want to take this work even deeper, I have some great opportunities right now with some founding member prices to jump in to do this work even deeper. So let me know if you want to join us, and I will see you inside. Bye-bye.